Still on the International Women's Day celebration, we'll now be taking a package by News Central's correspondent Omolola Ololade.
From the famous quote, "Women don't need a voice, they have a voice." They need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. Investing in a woman is investing in a community. International Women's Day is a significant day that invites the world to focus on where women are and where they need to go. This year, the United Nations shines a light on women in Ukraine as women and girls continue to shoulder a disproportionate burden of the impact of today's global challenges.
Currently, we are witnessing the horrifying situation in Ukraine, where the impacts on women and girls, including the hundreds of thousands displaced, remind us that all conflicts, from Ukraine to Myanmar to Afghanistan, from the Sahel to Yemen, exact their highest price from women and girls.
Despite progress made so far with women's inclusion across the world, Africa remains at the forefront in the discourse and fight for gender equality and gender transformative disruption. In West Africa, particularly in Nigeria, women emphasize the need for equal representation in workspaces to achieve gender equity and inclusiveness.
I find that I get more men than women. And I think that's unfortunate. In a country where we have more women than men, right? But then you have more men applying because women have so many reasons to hold them back. If we are really serious about gender equality, companies like we are doing here be more intentional around creating workspaces that encourage women to come.
With women's participation in the workspace lower than it has been in over 30 years, women in Southern and Eastern Africa highlight some of the challenges women face in their careers, especially as they strive to attain leadership positions.
I think it's just, I think a major one is perception. These stereotypes that are there. And bias, we have these natural biases that we have. So the societal norms, the biases, the naturally perceived biases that we have, that's a major challenge.
You actually, most of the time, have to prove yourself. You have to do 1.5 or 2% more than what your male colleagues do so as to progress in your career, which is quite unfortunate.
If African women must break the bias and challenge the stereotypes, it will be ideal to see more when it comes to gender equity, diversity, and inclusiveness. Omolola Ololade reporting for News Central.
That was an insightful report by our correspondent Omolola Ololade talking about women desiring gender balance, where we celebrate International Women's Day with the theme Breaking the Bias.